Let's say we kick this baby off. It's gonna be an exciting match. JanusZeal versus MrGuyAverage. Welcome to the Speedrunners Arena. I am your commentator, Evil Sparky. I'm also going to be doing the tracking, and I'm also restreaming it, so that's why it took a little to set. I am letting the racers loose. Okay, I'll make sure to hold it down a little bit longer. And we are off. Let's see what kind of goodies we're going to find in retro today. And it looks like we got about equal amount of gaps for both of our runners. Ooh, Morph Ball, as we all assumed. And just an energy tank. And super missiles. And yes, I apologize, the title is old. I was trying to change that earlier. Yes, I apologize. MrGuyAverage deciding not to go check Billy Mays. Let's see if JanusZeal does. Yep, and JanusZeal is going to go check Billy Mays. And MrGuyAverage finding power bombs. And just 2 missile packs in Billy Mays. Right? Feels chocolate, man. And MrGuyAverage is going to give us a check of the Shaft Super. Needs to be careful, though, because these things do a lot of damage. Oh, ouch. Luckily, it's still early in the game. And JanusZeal finding just a missile pack in the Old Mother Brain location. Yeah, that early Shaft Supers check can be dangerous. But I believe you can missile them, or super missile them. And we've got some super missiles. Let's see what we're gonna find at our old pal, Bomb Trezo. Is he holding the goods today? Missiles. I mean, ammo's okay, but not necessarily the goods we were looking for. Missiles. And a nice first try Alcatraz by Janus. Meanwhile, we have a powerbomb at Terminator. And MrGuyAverage making the climb back up. Let's see if they're going to try to check Shaft Supers again. No, there was no backup gauntlet check. And Janus getting sniped by that little dude. Ooh, and we have Plasma Beam. And gravity suit. Hype. Look at that. Oh my gosh, and Varia suit. Whoa, these suits are both speed. Wow, this seat is hype. And that is a very good question. Where is speed gonna be to allow that to be in logic? And MrGuyAverage giving us our gauntlet check, missiles and supers. Let's see what we find at Edicoons. More supers. Janus saying nope to that Spazer. We've already got plasma. We don't need it. And MrGuyAverage about to pick up both of their suits. Yeah, this seat definitely is interesting. Now the question is, with all these suits, there's a lot of options. Might be a tricky decision to figure out where to go first. Janus is going for the Spore Spawn skip. Misses the first one. For this, I like to line up with that very tall one. And Janus gets it. And just for a missile pack. Looks like we're gonna get our wave skip check. Meanwhile, Mr. Guy Average basically retracing Janus's steps in Big Pink. And Janus gets it. I typically like to moonwalk into that back to get it lined up. And Janus gets a super missile for their trouble. Mr. Guy Average getting that sports spawn skip, nicely done. Janus debating whether or not they wanted to grab the energy tank for a sec. And nothing really good at Spazer. Looks like Janus is going to go straight for Kraid. Grabbing some nice supers. Looks like Janus is taking Kraid to prom. I'm sure Kraid will be happy about that. and down goes Kraid. Runners giving each other a high five. And just another missile pack in the ceiling. Looks like MrGuyAverage is also taking Kraid to the prom. Kraid is one lucky gal getting 2 dates. Actually, I think Kraid's a guy alien? I actually don't know. And we've got Spring Ball at high jump location. Yeah, MrGuyAverage following very closely behind Janus. That early definitely put him a little bit behind. Good point. There are baby Kraids, so probably girl Kraid. Honestly, it doesn't matter, but Kraid got 2 dates. Excellent. Honestly, it doesn't. And it seems we got a bit of a divergence here. Gonna get an ice check. And meanwhile, JanusZeal is gonna go check speed. Now, considering both of these suits were locked behind Speed Booster, I wonder where the game intended us for us to go. And Janus is going to give us a check at Wave. So far, just a missile pack. For all we know, Speed Booster could technically be on the moat. And no, Billy Mays was just missiles. Red Tower could be a good spot too. That is definitely open to the runners. And an energy tank and missile pack on MrGuyAverage's side. Now, Janus looks like they were going to go for a lava dive, but decided to nope out. Looks like they are heading back for that lava dive. Now, without how it jumps, they're going to have to do a gravity suit jump. Ooh, very close in that first go. And meanwhile, Mr. Guy Average is going for the croc play. And just a missile pack of croc. That lava's filling fast. This room is never fun without a screw attack for sure. And Mr. Guy Average getting a nice green gate glitch. I'd say that green gate glitch is the most consistent, inconsistent trick. Inconsistent, excuse me. Words today. Now, Janus, not having high jump, is gonna have to do a really tricky spring ball jump off the wall. Hey, and there is space jump at cosine room. That's gonna make the worst room in the game a lot easier when Mr. Guy Average gets there. And screw attack. Wow, the croc play was definitely worthwhile. And Janus gets that really tricky spring ball jump. Excellent job. That is a really hard trick. And we got bombs on Mr. Guy Average's side. Croc was just loaded today. Ooh, Janus looking a little low on health. Good thing they've got some reserve tank. My guess is speed is probably either in the moat or in red tower. JanusZeal playing it safe, not to get wrecked by these hoppers. MrGuyAverage having a much easier time with that lava dive. Just doing it the normal way. And MrGuyAverage is gonna go check on our friend Gold Chorizo, it looks like. Yeah, speed is definitely the biggest mystery, but we know it can't be in too many locations. Yes. Yeah, my guess is still Red Tower or the moat. And we've got a Ridley fight. Meanwhile, MrGuyAverage making some quick work through this room with both Screw Attack and Space Jump. Ooh, Janus gotta be careful. It's gonna be clutch. Ouch! And that's why it's always good to save. And with that death, Mr. Guy Average has snuck up on JanusZeal. Yeah, I'd also say the farming that JanusZeal did too gave Mr. Guy Average some time. This is definitely a close race. Oh, there's some nice pogo patterns. And down goes Ridley for Mr. Guy Average. That crazy space dinosaur. And just super missiles for the Ridley prize. That is true. Mr. Guy Average does have a few more key items than JanusZeal at the moment. I'll have to agree with you on that, Smokey. The Wasteland elevator without high jumps is definitely the worst. It's never fun. And we've got a missile and Firefly room. And JanusZeal looking like they're having a better time. There we go. Ooh, nice little mock ball by Mr. Guy Average. All the extra speed we can get is always worth it. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see where our runners are going to go next. Because we know that speed can't be in Meridia. So that means they would either have to go find speed or maybe find ice in Meridia. Exactly. Based on where a gravity suit was, you'd probably thinking I better go check those other spots where it could be in logic for that speed booster. And we are going to get the Meridia play. Sadly, if we don't find ice, we're going to be locked and we're going to have to go find that speed. On the other hand, if ice is in Meridia, that's going to be a very nice play. And with MrGuyAverage having Space Jump, it's going to make going through Meridia so much quicker. And let's see what we get in the watering hole today. So far, just some missiles. And we've got high jump boots. Yeah, definitely something. We haven't seen any major items in quite a while. A watering hole in one. I know, bad joke. MrGuyAverage deciding to opt out of the sand pits. Oh, he did not check Red Tower. And we know that's one of our locations where speed could possibly be. And speed was at the moat the whole time. Well, we are back in logic, folks. So the game wanted you to go to the moat and dip back out to Green Bridge. Meanwhile, without Space Jump, Janus is going to have a bit of a slower time going through Meridia. And they're not going to be able to get very far. And we've got an elephant ghost fight on our hands by MrGuyAverage. Looks like we got some Doppler strats. And down goes Fantoon. MrGuyAverage popping that balloon with some regular missiles. Very nice. Oh, I forgot Janus had a gravity suit, so can definitely go check more of Meridia. And now that MrGuyAverage has speed, I'd say that's a go mode. And Janus picking up their high jump boots, gonna be happy about that. And since we don't have charge, Mr. Guy Average picking up a few missiles on the way, just in case. And Janus is a teeny bit off of that gravity jump. They get it this time. Excellent. Speed ended up being at the moat. Yeah, pretty interesting, I'd say. Mr. Guy Average getting trolled by this snail. And there's our grapple beam. Dragon's gonna be a lot easier. Well, depending on which strat you use. I've seen some pretty fast Super Dragon fights. And I'm noticing I don't think Grapple's on the tracker. And Janus getting their speed booster now in logic. Speed booster coming immediately in handy. Getting a nice little short charge over the ocean. And we're about to have some boss fights at the same time. Janus going for some Doppler strats. Meanwhile, MrGuyAverage doing some speed strats. And down goes the elephant balloon on Janus' side. And that's a cooked Dragon. And charge will definitely come in handy. What a great find. And Ice Beam was in a wrecked ship. MrGuyAverage taking a refill at the ship and heading on to Torian. At this point, I'd say it's definitely MrGuyAverage's race to lose. Now, without Ice Beam, MrGuyAverage is going to have to power bomb these little baby Metroids. And they take 3 power bombs apiece. And Janus deciding not to go for that grapple beam. MrGuyAverage making sure to face right, saving about 40-45 frames. Which in technical terms is about 2/3 of a second. But time saved is time saved. Ooh, and it looks like we're gonna get a speed Zeb skip here. It takes an extremely short charge. I believe it's a triple tap. And gets it. Very nice. That is a hard trick. And down goes Dragon for JanusZeal. And out comes the rainbow beams. And yeah, I actually missed that. Did Janus pick up charge? Thank you, chat. Meanwhile, Baby Metroid saving the day. No, Baby Metroid! Definitely one of the saddest moments in video gaming history. Baby Metroid did not deserve to die. And down goes Mother Brain for MrGuyAverage. And agreed, Jargle Bargle, the Baby Metroid death is definitely a tearjerker. And MrGuyAverage getting that nice speed boost. And there we go, folks. We've got a GG for MrGuyAverage. MrGuyAverage has finished first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 47 seconds. And JanusZeal is heading into Torian, having a little bit easier time with these babies with the ice beam. Let's see if we can get MrGuyAverage in here for an interview. And also, make sure to follow our runners. They put on a great match today. This was going to be a double header, but it looks like it's going to be rescheduled for that second match. Missing that Zeb skip, but not to worry, we do have charge and plenty of missiles. I am joined in the booth by MrGuyAverage. GG's.
Hey man, thanks. That was a pretty fun seed, honestly. Getting Gravity and Varia like really early definitely helped.
Yeah, definitely quite a seed. It wanted you to go to the moat to grab that speed booster and then go back to Green Bryn.
Go back to Green Bin for what?
For both the suits, because that mock ball is not in logic.
Oh, really? Okay then.
Yeah, mock ball definitely helps though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like halfway through, we were like, well, speed booster has to be either in Red Tower or the moat.
Okay. Yeah, I knew I had to find either ice or speed, and kind of the general route in my mind was Kraid, Ridley, and then just work my way up. So I was hoping that I would find one of those on my way there.
Yeah, not a bad play. Ice ended up being in Wreck Ship, actually. Janus found that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, after killing Fantoon, I was pretty much go mode, really. Not having ice, but, you know.
Exactly. And finding charge after Dragon was really nice, too.
Yeah, getting all those, like, supers and missiles for nothing. Because, like, yeah, after finishing Norfair, I kind of realized that I probably wasn't going to find charge.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that you were picking up a couple packs on the way.
Yeah, just trying to find the fastest ones.
And speaking of the fastest ones, you showed us a really nice short charge Zeb skip.
Oh, yeah. I honestly didn't think I was going to get that. I haven't practiced that in a really long time.
That was definitely hype.
Yeah.
And your croc play definitely paid off too, because you were able to just zip through the rest of the seed. Janus never found screw attack, morph ball bombs, or a space jump.
Oh yeah, I know that croc check really like helped a lot because I was getting kind of worried about. I was gonna go to Lower Norfair either way, but the only places I could have checked was gonna be like the GT items, and not having high jump, it was gonna be really tough like getting through worst room in the game, and I didn't know if I could like do the wall jump or not.
Yeah, Janus ended up doing the wall spring ball jump, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I thought I had to do.
Yeah, that trick's always pretty tricky. No fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you caught up because you had that early death, which slowed you down a little bit. So you were following Janus's tracks for a good bit of the race, but where it really turned around is in Lower Norfair. That's when you really started to speed up, and having those other items definitely carried you through a lot faster.
Cool. So we went like pretty much the same route then.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say you
Okay.
guys followed almost the exact same route this whole seed, except for Croc and a few other locations, but mostly it was the same early game.
Cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a close match. And then, like I said, once you got Space Jump, like you were able to just zip through Meridia, and having a Screw Attack was nice as well. You didn't have to wait for power bombs in Lower Norfair.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say getting that was definitely a deciding factor in this race.
Yeah, definitely. Checking Croc was a good choice.
Meanwhile, Janus is about to finish, just making their way up to the ship right now.
GG to him. Not too far behind.
Yeah, as you were making the escape, Janus was heading into Torian. And GG's for JanusZeal, finishing in second place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 6 seconds. GG's.
So yeah, despite getting those two suits really early, it didn't really give a lot of other items though. So yeah, it was kind of tough going around with just space jump and screw attack.
Yeah, definitely. And just having those suits so early, it really opens up a lot of the game. It's like, where do I go next? It's like, do I head
Yeah.
up to Rex Ship? Do I go to Meridia? It's like, there's so many options. That can be hard as well to navigate. But you both made the right calls, I'd say. And still got a wickedly fast time.
Yeah, I think I haven't done too many SMRAT seeds, but this is a PB for me.
And it looks like JanusZeal is not going to be joining us for an interview. Gotta do some other things. But GG's to them as well.
Yep.
Very nice. Well, once again, follow these runners. I put their links in the chat. I apologize that the title is not corrected. I was trying to mess with that earlier, but to no avail. Is there anything else you would like to say, Mr. Guy Average?
No. Just thanks to the chat for watching, and thanks to you for commentating.
Yeah, it was fun. Triple duty is always exciting. Just trying to keep an eye on everything.
Yeah.
But I'd say it worked out just fine. And like I said before, this was going to be a double header, but it looks like the second race is going to be rescheduled, so we're looking forward to seeing when that is going to be. Definitely going to be an exciting match again. This was a close race.
Yeah. It was pretty close, so definitely. Okay then. Well, I'm gonna have to head out now. It's getting pretty late for me.
Okay, sounds good. Great race and GG's again.
Thanks.
X-ray scope was in the sand pit. Interesting. It's too bad Charge was behind Dragon. There was no chance for any X-ray strats today. or microwave stretch, I should say. Some nice collection rates as well. 43% for JanusZeal, 49 for Mr. Guy Awesome. Mr. Guy Average, excuse me. Very nice. Well, once again, thank you all for stopping by the Speedrunners Arena. I am Evil Sparky1, doing comms, tracking, and the restreaming. And I think we're going to end it there. Everyone have a great morning, a good night, and good afternoon. See you next mission.